day, dear viewers of 60 Live TV. I hope you are great. And in our studio today is special guest, Mr. Aneesh from India. And welcome to our studio. How are you?
Fine, thank you very much for inviting me. And I'm happy to share my experiences living in Kazakhstan and also my life in India.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Aneesh Pradeep. I was born in India. My specialty is computer science. So I did bachelor's degree computer science, master's degree computer engineering. So I like computer science. So everything in my life is related to computer science, IT. So once I finished my education, I became a software engineer. And after software engineer, I had an opportunity to become a teacher because IT is a subject where it needs a lot of skills, programming skills. It's not just content, it needs a lot of skills. It's a skill program. Then I became a teacher. So first I was teaching small kids in India. Then I had an opportunity to come to Kazakhstan. I came to Kazakhstan 8 or 9 years ago. So for the first 4 years I was teaching in Almaty. So it's a university, Kazakh British University. Teaching there for a while I was feeling bored because they're very big kids, very 18, 19, 20 years old. After 4 years I was feeling bored, and then I was looking for an opportunity to teach in Kazakhstan for schools. So I had an opportunity to go to Nazarbayev school, and at the moment I am teaching there as ICT teacher.
So you said computer science?
Computer science.
Computer science, it sounds really wonderful.
Yes, like the students like computer science. Some students like computer science, only programming part. Some students don't like programming part. So it's my job to make students comfortable to study IT.
I've heard that IT and computer science in general are really hard subjects.
Yes, it depends. Some students, if they're really interested, they want to like search and find themselves, it's easy. But if they study it like a language, it's very difficult to learn IT.
That's really cool. So, as you said, you moved here 9-10 years ago, and you've seen lots of people here, and you had really big experience, I guess.
Yeah.
So, what can you tell about Kazakhstan?
I mean, tell me about Kazakhstan is a very broad question. Like there are a lot of things about Kazakhstan: people, climate, food, culture. So just to pick one, I can talk about the climate. Because in India, I come from a city called Kerala. Kerala. It's not very popular. It's not a popular city, but the population is 32 million people. So a small city is like 2 times of Kazakhstan. So the interesting part of this place is it's very near to the ocean. So if you know the map of India, it goes like a triangle.
Yes.
I live in the very bottom, like very bottom. So there the climate is hot all the time. So cold for me there is plus 29. Hot for me there is plus 37. So that we have one season. So for our season is hot, hotter, hottest. We don't have like a cold or we don't have a medium. So living there and then moving to Kazakhstan, it was a bit difficult based on climate. My city there is no snow. People don't know what's snow. If I say snow, they say what is it. So when I came to Almaty, the climate was really interesting and different. You know, I don't understand what cold is. So coming to Kazakhstan, I really understood the meaning of cold. And from Almaty to Aktabe, it's a different story again. With wind, with cold. So that's one component I really enjoy. I like to live in cold countries. That is one of the things that keep me here still in Kazakhstan.
Was it hard to live and work there? Do you see any disadvantages?
Disadvantages here in
Yes.
Kazakhstan? Now, no, because living here for a very long time, I know the positive and negatives of living in this country. So I try to adjust with that. But when I came to Kazakhstan, people when they travel to different countries, they have a lot of expectations. So when you go to London, you know what London is, what to expect. When you go to Dubai, you know I have expectation what. But coming to Kazakhstan 10 years ago, I don't know what to expect. There was less information in internet. If I search in English, I can't find anything about Kazakhstan because all the data is in Russian or Kazakh. So I came here without any expectation. I was like, maybe I saw some Soviet Russian movies. I thought maybe it's the same thing. But being in Almaty, it was like a really cosmopolitan city. It was like you see this SNI Mall and Nurlitao and big cities and big infrastructure. It completely changed my mind. So coming back to your questions, difficulty at the moment, no. Language, I can understand Russian language. Kazakh language I'm trying to understand first and then start speaking. I don't blame myself for this because I learned Russian because when I lived in Almaty, all my colleagues spoke in Russian. So I hear, I understand, try to understand, then I understand the topic. Coming to Aktabe, most of my colleagues speaks in Kazakh. Even if I go to shop, everybody speaks in Kazakh. So I'm trying to understand the language and I hope I can improve the language sooner.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you say a few words or sentences in Kazakh?
Kazakh?
Yes.
I try to learn Kazakh. I can say I know to count bir, ek, ush, tort, des. And I say tort, they say it's not tort because it's cake. In Russian. Then I know menunatanum Aneesh.
Yeah.
Yes.
You did great.
Everybody's like yes.
Kazakh language is pretty hard.
And I had a joke in Almaty, like when I was living in Almaty, whenever police stops, I usually just as joke I say Akshar joke. So they're like, okay, you understand Kazakh? I was like, no. So I know very few words. Speaking for me is difficult, but if somebody is speaking to me to Kazakh, I understand the topic, I understand what they're trying to say. But speaking back is still in process.
Yeah, speaking every language is pretty hard and challenging.
Challenging. For me, I feel, I know Russian and Kazakh listening for a while, but I feel like Kazakh is more challenging for me to speak. I think it's the character. When I say Kazakhstan, some people get angry, say it's not Kazakhstan, and it's just Kazakhstan. I'm like, okay, yes, thank you.
Sometimes it is hard for us to.
Okay.
Very hard.
So you're foreigner here, and did you have a culture shock when you come here?
Culture shock?
Yes.
I think it depends upon how foreigners come here because people usually ask me, Aneesh, wherever I go there are Indians. Any country you go there are Indians because I think it's within Indian blood where you go there, you accept the culture there, complain very less and try to understand the culture. But I have seen many people from different countries, let's say European countries, they come, they see something they don't like, they're like, no, it's very hard for me. It's too much to deal with, and they go back within 1 month. When I was teaching in Almaty University, professors come from Europe, because of the language, because of the climate, after 6 months they're like, no, I can't, I need to go back to home country. So for me, I didn't have a culture shock. I had difficulties. Language, clothes, food, understanding people. Those things were difficult, but as a culture shock, nothing was very shocking for me. Yes, I had like a small shock. It was a language because living outside Kazakhstan, in my mind, I felt like everybody understands English.
Oh, yeah.
So even if people say in Kazakhstan English is not popular, I was thinking people know English, they don't want to speak. But when I came 10 years ago, it's like zero English. Like I look at the shop, zero English. But now Kazakhstan is developing tourism, Kazakhstan is trying to be international country. So you can see everything in Kazakh, Russian and English. So now it's much more easier.
Yeah, we learn 3 languages at school, like you know it, and it's English. And nowadays, lots of teenagers, I guess, knows English.
Yeah,
so maybe that's a bit easier for foreigner now in 2020.
Yes, because
to come here, yes, and some people can understand them and help them.
Yeah, what you said is very correct because even in the street, if I want to ask a question, I say old person and I say young person. I always go to young person because young people have this opportunity to listen English music, English movie, English news, internet, everything. Older age people may not have that opportunity to improve their English. They say hello, thank you.
They don't really want to learn English.
They don't want less opportunity for them. They don't want to learn English because everything, the bus, the office, all the symbols, everything is Russian Kazakh. Nobody is motivating them to learn. So, but young people, they are motivated because they want to travel, they want to understand English movies, and understand English music. So they have a motivation for that.
what would you like to say to anyone who is going to visit Kazakhstan for the first time?
First time, I think it's a very, there are a lot of things people say, but just to make it very simple, I would say keep an open mind, like you need to go open mind. Don't take your culture and go to Kazakhstan and then compare, okay, this is difficult, because you're not going to India, you're not going to any country, you're going to a complete different country. Go there with an open mind. You need to accept all, as Mr. Kurosh said, all countries have their positives and negatives. So don't try to compare. That's one thing. Second, the rules in Kazakhstan always change. Any rules, they always change, so always keep yourself updated with the rules. And the last one I say is always, any friends are from India, I say always bring warm clothes. Because for me, I know Kazakhstan was cold before I came here, but in my city there is no warm clothes. If I go to a shop and ask, do you have sweater, they're like, something's wrong. So that's warm clothes, come with an open mind and wear clothes, warm clothes.
Okay, and so as I asked before from another teacher, what's the most irritating and annoying things in your work as a teacher?
I think I want to give this answer without making anybody angry. So I think I can say two things. One is in India, the school starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 to 5. Here our school starts at 8 o'clock and we have to leave our home at 7:30. And the most irritating part is walking through the snow to the school, falling down 2 times, and even waking up in this very cold climate. That's one irritating thing. Second irritating thing is some of my students, they are shy. Maybe because of the language, because our job is to teach and to make sure the students understand. But I don't have the special capacity to look at the eyes and make sure that they understand. So some students are very shy, especially lower grades. Higher grades it's fine because they learn English, like business English, communication English, IELTS, all those things. But I want students to be more open and don't be shy with foreigners. Because these students are very active with local teachers. They say apai. They speak a lot. But when we start teaching, they're like, it's like watching English movie without subtitle. They just stare at us. That's very irritating because I feel unsatisfied. I feel like, did I teach him? Did he understand? Is she having a problem? So that's one more thing I would like to share.
So from my opinion, I think that's a kind of new environment for younger students when they came here to school and they meet native speaker. So I think they feel very nervous and they worry about what they will say, and I think that they're really worried about making some mistakes.
Forgot some words,
Yes,
some rules in English.
even us, we feel really nervous when we met someone who speaks English fluently. But I think
It's good opportunity for us.
yes,
Because even in the beginning of all my lessons, I tell my kids, don't worry about English. We don't care about English because this is computer science. I want you to learn the skill and technology. So don't worry if your grammar is not correct. Don't worry if your pronunciation is not correct. I'm not your English teacher. My job is to teach you how computer works and how programming is done. It doesn't matter language, which makes them feel more comfortable. And I try to include jokes in my teaching, so it makes them feel more open and start asking questions freely.
it's really cool when teachers make jokes at
Some
work.
jokes are very bad jokes, but it's okay.
So, thank you a lot for your answers. It was really interesting to hear them from you, and really like that you like our country, that you like teaching here, and I think that even if you have difficulties, you deal with them very great.
Yes, because I came here to teach. When my first idea was to come here and stay for 1 year, because my contract for 1 year in Almaty. So once I came here, seeing the culture, the tradition, the people, and weather, I really still like stay here because let's say if I live in Dubai, I cannot put my hand over an Arab guy and walk around. They're like, gone. But here I have a lot of Kazakh friends and colleagues. I can put my hand over them, walk like friends, talk about jokes and all those things. So that's why we talk about hospitality in Kazakhstan. We treat them equally. It's not like we are up, we are down, we are same level, and we treat them equally. That's one of the main reasons I decided to stay here.
I want to say thank you very much. I really like these conversations, this discuss, and your opinions, your advices. It's very.
It's a good opportunity
yes,
for us.
and
Yes.
it's amazing. It was amazing for us. It's our first experience in this job. So good luck in Kazakh language.
Yes.
Yes.
And thank you very much, and I want to wish you luck also.
Thanks.
Studies, and also I want you to have more interviews, get more experience, because when you talk to people from different cities, different states, different country, you get a lot of different aspects of life. So I wish you good luck for
Thank
future.
you. Thank you. And I wish that we'll meet you again.
Sure, anytime, I'm here not too big, so anytime welcome.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.